Hello there. We've got a little disaster happening.
A little bigger than little.
Yeah, we are finally getting around to putting in the linoleum in the dining slide.
Yeah, we pulled the carpet out probably about a month ago, as the ends of it would not stay dry.
Yeah, for some reason, and we're actually just drying up again the ends before we put the linoleum down. I guess it's condensation, eh?
That's all it can be, because I've checked for leaks. There's nothing. There's no way that the water is coming in from the outside, so it's got to be condensation, and it's just at the end of the slides. There's nothing under the windows, under the main windows.
So, a little while ago we had decided to remove the carpet from the dinette slide, and this is the reason why. Because water keeps running down the sides of the wall, despite our dehumidifiers on this side. And I've had the heater on it for a little bit, so it's starting to dry up. So, but the in behind here the other day, it was totally wet from the back of the wall all the way through. And this mat that I had put down because I tore the carpet out was soaked. We've got linoleum that we're putting in because the carpet was just getting soggy and moldy. But we have to pull out all these bits of carpet that Grand Design glued in very, very well.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll just show you what's going on here. So we got the one heater running there. So you can see that it's just a little damp. We had a little block sitting right here, and it's wet right where it was. Just so that the bench doesn't push right up against the wall that we usually have there. So this is what we have under the floor. We took the little thin insulation foil layer out because we didn't know how to make the linoleum and the...
Well, it would be good with, it's better for under carpeting as an extra layer of insulation, but under linoleum where you have to glue it down, it does not serve any purpose because it's either the silver foil insulation or the glue, which we need the glue for the linoleum.
Yeah, there's too many moving parts.
Yeah.
All right, let's get these parts dry. You're going to turn that blow dryer back on in that other corner. You can see we've had the blow dryer on it for a little bit, but you can see right in the corner here, it's still a little bit...
Just a tiny bit
damp. So we're going to run the blow dryer on that. Okay, we've got it laid out. And now we have to do some measuring and some calculations to get it to go around the wall here and around the wall there. Bailey, you're going to be in the way.
Yeah, well, this is their only walkway and I'm sitting on their chair.
Yeah, they need to go back to the bedroom. I've got a blanket on the bed for them. Okay, away you go. Out you go, girls. Go on. Back to the bedroom. Oh. Wrigley's going to eat now. Okay. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, we got it all measured up.
Yeah, we're all measured up. I only had one small cutout for electrical cords. All of the other electrical devices and plug-ins are actually up the wall a little bit, so the lino goes right underneath them, right up against the wall. And I've got this lip. It's 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. I guess bullnose, bumper, whatever you want to call it.
You would put it on the edge of a stair.
And it goes on the edge of stairs. I've got it sitting here, and when I pull the slide in, it should be okay when it's flush down here, but it is almost touching this floor here, which is not good because it might pop up for some strange reason. I've cut a couple of strips of the offcut that I took off from this outside edge, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it under here and just see how high, like a couple layers of this. It's not even 1/8 of an inch thick, but that little bit will bring this up off the floor, so I don't have to worry about this outside edge clipping the main floor at all. So of this stuff here, this is just tester. This is how wide the offcut was. So what I'm going to be doing is, for the full length, I'm going to be taking 2 full strips of it and laying 2 full strips underneath there. And then when I tack it down, this will actually sit up off the floor, so we don't have to worry about it grabbing the main floor at all. So I think we're good.
Okay. I'm thinking we're still going to have to cut away some of this little bits of carpet that we didn't get on the first try.
Yeah, the little bits of carpet that are still there are actually tacked to the main floor. So the only way to get that out is remove the slide. Or go in here with needle nose pliers and be very gentle and
see if we can cut it.
That's a very time consuming task, shall we say. But we're all looking good. And once I get the edges all clipped out and cut out and everything is measured out and cut perfectly, we'll glue it in a couple of days.
Okay. As we pointed out, we have a little bit of carpet that didn't get trimmed right back to the edge of the slide. So when Brent put the metal stripping on the front of the linoleum, I noticed it was still sticking out. So it's gotta go. So what I've done now, Brent, he did the back half of the trailer. I did underneath the table as far as taking the carpet out. So what he did is he trimmed that carpet right back, but he did end up cutting the floor a little bit, which he's recently fixed. He put glue underneath there and it's all better, so we're good. So what I decided to do to try and get this out is I took a cutting board that I don't care about, and I'm cutting, just using the cutting board so I don't cut into the linoleum. And so I cut as much as I could, and let's face it, I don't have the hand strength for this job. So I cut as much as I could, and then I had all these little threads sticking out, so then I took the scissors and I kind of went along the edge there. This job's going to take a little while. I might recruit Brent for a little bit of help, but today...
She needs some muscles.
So, it's Super Bowl Sunday. So there's some football that's got to go on, and I have a delivery to make today. So we're gonna work on this before we glue the floor down, and we'll get back to you on that later.
One thing I'd like to point out is I'm trying to get this as exact as possible. I'm not a professional floorer by any stretch of the imagination, but what I'm doing is I'm putting it down right against the corner and putting it in as snug as possible and holding it down there. And I'm just going to slice right along the top edge. That will get me as close to this wall as possible. And it doesn't have to be exact, because once I finish everything, I will be putting a little bit of stripping down, probably 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch stripping all the way around the slide to make it look pretty. And so it doesn't have to be exact for now. I'm just getting it close. Well, here we are on the floor in the slide. Miriam's just doing the last little bit of sweeping. And the dogs are being a little sucky today because I've moved furniture. Everything is out of the slide and in the middle of the living area, I guess you could say. And the girls are not happy with that. But what we're going to do is, once Miriam has finished sweeping, we're going to put a layer of glue down. And then we've got to let it set for about 1/2 hour to 45 minutes till it gets a little bit tacky before we can put the lino down. And once that's done, we'll be able to put the lino down and you'll see the whole process. As Miriam scoots by the camera, you'll be able to see the whole process, and we're going to do it in a time lapse, so you'll be able to see it no problem. And then we'll show you the finished product at the end.
only got one trowel there, Brent.
Yes. It's okay.
I'd probably glue myself to the floor. So we're just going to spread that all out and just let it sitting. So you're not just using a putty knife, Brent. What is that tool that you've got?
This is a trowel. It is 1/16 of an inch by 1/32 of an inch by 5/64 of an inch.
And it's meant
This is the recommended trowel for this particular glue.
Okay. Which is very different than if we were laying tile.
Yes. I'm not an expert, but I know someone who is.
So as you saw in the time lapse, we waited for the glue to dry a little bit, and then we inserted the linoleum. And Brent is just putting on a nose cap, like you would put on a step, to cover the edge of the slide. So we had to put a little bit of extra linoleum on the outside edge just so that the slide, or the, what's that called again, Brent? The nose?
Since this lifts up, like this is 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 here, and if this edge was sitting flush on just one layer of linoleum, it would be touching the floor.
And it would drag.
And when we pull the slide in and out, it would catch something, or maybe not, but I'm not taking that chance. So what I've done is I've got extra stripping of the lino. I took a couple of 2-inch strips, and then I've got a 4-inch strip, so it'll step down a little bit, make a little bit smoother transition. And I've got that underneath this outside edge. So it brings this layer of edging, I guess you could say, up another 1/4 inch. So it's off the floor, and we don't have to worry about catching anything under there.
Yeah, I just noticed there's still a couple of threads from the carpet that we pulled out. I'll have to get in there with some scissors.
Yeah, I wonder what happened with that, huh?
Yeah, I went to work. Bullnose comes in a 12-foot piece, and we'll just have to trim off the end here.
Yeah, I'll just have to take a angle grinder, just zip that off. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Miriam's just gone to work, so I can start taking stuff apart, and I can do the final repairs, or touch-ups, as you will, of the little header here. This here along the entire length of the slide, and this end here has to be cut off, right where the line is there, right here, as this little part here will dip down, and then I'll have to trim that to make it fit properly. So what I'm going to be doing is, the reason I have to take this off again is, you see right down here, we'll get right close here and turn it on the side, it's up about 3/16 of an inch off of the main floor here. What I'd like to do is get that a little bit higher so we can pull the slide in and I don't have to worry about anything getting caught. 1/8 of an inch is fine, because when it comes in, the slide actually lifts up a little bit and then starts to level off as it comes in towards the center. And it should be fine the way it is, but I want to be completely safe. I did put a couple of extra layers on the outside, the lino, and it's just not quite high enough for me. So what I've done is I've just grabbed a couple pieces of lath from work here. They're 1/8 of an inch wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one layer all along the outside edge, right here, directly underneath where that outside stripping or bullnose, whatever you want to call it, outside casing, and see if that makes a difference, which I'm hoping it should. One layer should do it, and if not, well, we'll go to 2. Okay, well, we're down here on the floor. I'm going to show you the finished product. I did put in 2 layers of lath instead of just the one that I was originally thinking of. I thought, bring it up that extra 1/8 of an inch, and it can't hurt. So it looks great. As you can see here, it did come up. I've got my fingertip under there, so we're about 3/16 of an inch. Maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, about 3/8 of an inch actually, sorry. So it looks great all the way along. The only thing we have to do is trim a couple of these pieces of carpet remnants that are left underneath there. And then I have to file that far end on the metal piece. I cut it off with a hacksaw, nice and easy. And I just have to file it down a little bit so there's no sharp corners and nobody gets caught on it and slices their toe open or anything like that. That would be a bad thing.
Project's finally done.
Yes, it was a long time coming, and I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, it was a project that I sort of started by tearing up the carpet in the slide. Oh, that was probably...
yeah, a good 2 months ago. We ripped out the carpet. It was just getting soggy all the time, and we didn't want any mold spores growing, so we took it out.
Yeah, that carpet was gross.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
So we got it done.
So we'll just show you the finished product. We've put all the furniture back in place. So, Bailey's, you're gonna have to get out of Mom's chair pretty soon here, Bailey. So we've got the metal edging along the front of it. Okay, Bailey, thank you. You can see it better over here. So we put this metal edging here, and then our table is facing a different direction, just gives us more floor space in here.
And actually, this pedestal will be disappearing within a week or so. I've got a couple of 24-inch brackets attached to the wall, and this tabletop will be staying, and it will be folding down, so the pedestal will be gone, and we'll lose probably another 40 pounds anyways, 30-40 pounds of dead weight.
That's another time.
Yeah, that'll be another video, but yeah, we're good.
Okay, so we've got the edging on and the flooring. I think that's a pretty good match to color. Bailey, out of the way.
I think so.
Bailey, out of the way. Come on. Thank you. I think the coloring is pretty good job picking that out.
Yeah, I think you did a good job.
So that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell for notifications.
Bye-bye for now. What's going on? Nope, we're good. This is the GoPro 11, and I'm still getting used to all the different things on the screen here.
I don't know if that was recording or not.
Yep.
It was. Okay, girls, get out of here.
Okay.
Out of the way, girls.
Mom's gonna vacuum up.
All finished. I have one minor thing to do, and that's just file down the sharp edge of the nose cap. Not a big deal. It'll take 30 seconds. But this is what I've done here. As you can see, that is lifted off about 3/16 of an inch now. I did put under this lip, I put 2 strips of lath. So that's almost a 1/4 inch that I lifted this up. So yeah, we're good all the way along. And I don't have to worry about anything except for trimming a couple pieces of the old carpet here. And that's not a big deal. So just lay it down here on the floor right beside it so you can get a better look at it. I think it looks great.
Had to fix the hair. So we finished it. Yay!
Yeah, it's all finished. It's actually a lot better. I'm happy it's done.
And this is a project we started like way before Christmas.
Probably a good 3 months ago. Take 2.